What's going on, guys? The other day I did an interview with Summoners Guild, but the internet connection was just crappy. I don't know what was wrong with it. We're going to try to do another interview a bit later. For now, I'm just going to make a video on its own, and this is a paid promotional video from them, so shout outs to them for helping and supporting the channel. And as always, we're going to jump right in. So the goal behind this project is to become a game that's similar to Pokemon Go. So it will have augmented reality built in, and you're going to be able to play with your creatures, collect new ones, fight, evolve, earn tokens, and more. Their team is also fully doxed, and this is Lulu. Shoutouts to Lulu. He is who I had the interview with. However, you know the internet didn't work, but we'll figure it out in the future. Internet marketing and voxel artist. He is 30 years old, he lives in Paris, and has been doing internet marketing for 10 years. You also have William or Casol, who is the 3D art director and motion designer. He is also 30, living in Paris, and has been doing graphic design for 15 years. He is currently working as a 3D art director in a creative agency where they help brands to understand and apprehend the Web3 transition. He's worked with Nike, Louis Vuitton, Crocs NFTs, and French music artists. Alright, so we got to look at the team. We have an idea of what they're going to do. Now let's go look at some of the collections that are already minted and the collection that is still minting. So the first thing that ever minted were these spellbooks, and these spellbooks are the main weapons of the summoners and will play an important role throughout the entire roadmap. They were dropped before the first set of creatures and will act as minting passes for these creatures. There are 3 different types of spellbooks, and the more rare, the more perks that you get. For the ordinary spellbook, you will get 2 whitelist spots for the creatures and rune airdrops, which we'll talk about later. The epic spellbook will give you 3 whitelist spots for the creatures drop and more runes airdropped, and the legendary spellbook will give you 5 whitelist spots and even more runes airdropped. Spellbooks will give whitelist spots from these spellbooks for every drop from the project, a lower mint price for every drop, access to a holders only alpha group, and there will be more perks to come later on. As far as these spellbooks are concerned, there are only 404 of them, so if anything is going to shoot up quick, it's going to be their spellbooks. Their creatures, they have 8,888 planned, so those will take a much longer time to shoot up in value, and at the moment they're actually still minting. So over on their white paper, this talks about their creatures, and like I said, there's going to be 8,888, but it will be composed of 101 creatures divided up. So there will only be 1 to 110 NFTs of each creature, and within those, some will have different skins. The coolest part is that all of them are animated, and they need to be, because they're going to be implemented into this Pokemon Go style game, and you want your creatures to move around and feel like they're right in front of you. The only way to get one of these creatures is going to be via minting and or secondary market. They will release more information about collecting new creatures once they have a future white paper. Now to me, I really do like this part of the project because you don't want to have these creatures able to be minted, but also able to be caught in the game, or else you would just dilute the crap out of your market. Also, just taking a minute to look at their art, I think it does look really, really well done. The only thing that has me slightly nervous is that the game hasn't been developed yet. However, they did just come out with an announcement a few days ago that they just hired a dev to start working on the game. And this is what a lot of projects do, and in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it, with having a mint to get the funds to hire a dev. I just want to let people know, though, it is going to take a little while for them to come up with something to show everybody. They do say they think 2 to 3 weeks they will have a rough draft that they can start to show, and they want to have something that they can show so that they can pitch their ideas to venture capitalists. What's cool though is they seem to understand this as well. They say we are at 1,283 creatures minted, the next step is 50%. So for this first mint, it's not the first 8,800, it's actually 4,444, so they are splitting it into 2 drops. They say while we are working on quite a few catalysts outside of the game prototype, they take time, so we have decided to add some minting incentives. At 50% minted, they will raffle off a jelly cube between all of the minters. So there's a lot of new people in this space, and if you don't know about jelly cubes, you should. Jelly cubes are from BIG, or the Block Investment Group, and by owning one of these jelly cubes, you get access to his alpha group. I will have him linked in the description below if you'd like to go check him out. Also, this announcement took place on the 17th, and all the way over here it says, from today onwards until we hit 50%, we will raffle 1 or more NFTs every 100 mints. The next mint will be for an Ape Society cabin. If you want to mint for yourself, you can go over to this mint page and click on the link in announcements in their Discord. I would have it linked, but I don't want anybody to get used to clicking on random links. I'd rather you go to the Discord and click on the link yourself. So far, 8 of the 1-of-1s have been minted, and there are 16 left. The Naru is still hidden in their Yummy pool, and that pool is getting thinner, and I'm sure you have no idea what I'm talking about, so let me explain. So first up you have Yummy Universe or Yumi Universe, and these are their Narus. It's a very popular project in the space. I am personally a huge fan, however I only own 2 sadly, but These are Yuumi Universe, and you will get Yuumi tokens by staking them. They also have their Spoopy Narus for Halloween, winter, spring, and summer, and by staking them during different seasons, you will get more rewards. So they have partnered with Yuumi Universe, and during the public mint, you will have the choice to mint with Yuumi token. If you do this, you do get a 5% discount, as well as a chance to win the 1-of-1 Naru creature, which is what we spoke about earlier, and this is what he looks like. Also, for this link right here, you can get some ADA by sending this link out to your friends if they're going to mint anyways. At the end of this link, they put your ADA handle, then you get a percentage of ADA for every mint that they do. And right now I'm at the link. However, this is just your ADA handle, which is the standard, so I'm sure nobody's getting it unless somebody's handle is your handle, which is kind of smart. I'll be right back. But anyways, the main collection will be 40 ADA, which is extremely fair at a 35-cent ADA at the moment, and you can also mint with 13,200 Yuumi. They also have developed an augmented reality filter on their Instagram, and they're having a contest right now. Sadly, this contest ends today in about 3 hours, so by the time this video comes out, it is likely going to be too late. However, if you are still curious about it, you can go over to their Instagram, which I will have in the description below, and then click on the icon with the 3 stars to see all of the AR filters, and click on the one that you want to use. Then click on this button in the bottom left to try it out, and then you can also scale it as small or big as you like. So heading back over to the creatures, they will have 5 skins, and skins are not only rare, but the rarer the skin, the more staking rewards you will get. They will also be a rare encounter and give you more perks in the game. Now also, just like in Pokemon, these creatures are going to have 2 different types. So you can have a creature that has an air type and an ice type, or maybe a fire and an earth type. You get the idea. There will also be 2 different creatures that are not minted, but only airdrop to the holders. So if you hold an X amount of different creatures, you will be entered into a raffle to get a special creature airdrop to you. These creatures will also have a unique special trait. Moving from Phase 1 to Phase 2, this is where they will have their final mint of their last 4,444 NFTs, and once again, they will do a special airdrop of another 2 creatures that will not be minted, but only airdrop to holders. They will also launch their white paper 2.0, which will have more details on holder perks and utility now that the full set of creatures are done. There will also be a guide on how the runes will be airdropped, an update on the mobile game, and information about Phase 3. So we have a little idea of how the runes airdrop is going to work. Basically, you need to assemble 3 different types of runes into the altar, and you will get a new spell. Moving away from the runes, now we're going to talk about their staking. So they will have their own token, which is going to be $TSG for the Summoners Guild. You will be able to stake your creatures to earn this TSG. Also, it will be non-custodial, which means they don't have to leave your wallet. They're going to have more details on the staking and tokenomics later in a future white paper, but also you can stake with Cardanolands to earn Hexonium. And if you don't know about Cardanolands, I'll have that linked in the description below as well. The last few things about this project is its metaverse integration. So it wants to be able to be integrated into pretty much every metaverse that it can. Your creatures will come with their GLTF 3D files and their respective skins. Download the 3D models and use them however you want. You can 3D print them or use them for VR, etc. You will be able to see your creature in 3D in JPEG Store and Pool.pm, meaning you can zoom in and out, rotate the creatures, check every detail, and even use it in augmented reality. Now here's some of the things that you can do in Sandbox. This isn't going to be available as the game. This is just something Sandbox can do, but you can take your creatures and your files and create something like this in Sandbox. This isn't going to be their game though, I just want to make that clear. This is something that you can create using their files. So my thoughts on this project are, I'm happy that they're finally having a dev start to work on the game. That was my biggest concern. They say 2 to 3 weeks for some sort of demo. They're trying to get more venture capitalists into here so that they can have better funding. So I really like everything that's happening right now. Now, is it the best time to get into this project? I'm not sure, but for 20 ADA on a spellbook, I think that that's a pretty damn good deal, especially considering ADA is basically free right now. Also, if you go over to their creatures are at 22. Yes, you can mint for 40, but you could also just buy a few off the floor for much cheaper. But alright everybody, that's everything I wanted to cover on Summoners Guild. I really appreciate all you for watching. If anybody's new here, please give me a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And remember to get outside. See your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys.
I get it like a G, but it never came easy. You got me coughing up a lung, I wish I rap like Wheezy. I keep my pace, so I'm sorry that I'm breezy. Keep my sneaks laced, cause I can't afford Yeezys. I don't want the gold, give me BTC. Y'all be acting crazy.